NFL. I have 3 picks. I'm not sure how many picks you have. I'll start with my first one. Washington football team minus 115 money line at Atlanta. I like this pick. I don't think Atlanta's very good. They're both 1-2. Minus 115, I think, is really good value. Washington's defense is going to start clicking here. And listen, Atlanta's just not that good. I don't know why. Matty Ice is no longer Matty Ice. He's simply Matt Ryan. I think Washington wins this game pretty easily.
They do have the 31st ranked defense. I'm a little concerned about that pick, Dale, but hey, it's adversity.
It's adversity.
For me,
I like it.
I'm very happy about my San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles County defeating the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City last weekend. That was huge. Sticking with the Chiefs, and in that narrative and that discussion, they are traveling on the road to the East Coast to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to lay the 6.5 points. They are 6.5 point favorites on the road. And I think, okay, Philadelphia, 6.5 point dogs at home. Nick Sirianni, I don't believe in. Jalen Hurts, for fantasy purposes, good for whoever has him. I didn't really buy the hype. I think, as what Matthew Berry and all them say, QB5, maybe QB6 in terms of points scored.
Yeah.
I don't see the Kansas City Chiefs losing 3 in a row. They lost a heartbreaker on Sunday night 2 weeks ago to Baltimore. They lost to my Chargers. Can you imagine a scenario where the Eagles are going to beat them? I don't really think so, even if it's on the road. So
this was my lock of the week.
Chiefs. Really? Okay.
That was my lock of the week. I couldn't agree with you more. I literally wrote in the notes, if Kansas City loses this game or doesn't cover this game at 6.5, then hell is officially freezing over. I mean, dude, I'm with you. Like, the Kansas City Chiefs are so good offensively. They should be able to put up so many points. The Eagles just aren't a good football team. I watched them last week. Like you said, Jalen Hurts, great fantasy numbers. He's going to get some running yards. He's going to throw for a touch or two, but he's not going to win the big games in the big moments. Like, they're just not there yet. The football team's not, like, the Eagles just aren't a good team yet. The NFC East is actually just pathetic division all around right now, in my opinion.
I just think about his quote, how he said when he takes a shit, he just doesn't look at it. He just flushes it. He said that after the Monday night game against Dallas. Yeah, that's what I figured. And I understand that the Chiefs are super shitty against the spread. They're like 1-8 in their last 9, I think, on the road. It's not good. But Patrick Mahomes, it's unfortunate, very talented, very gifted player. I don't imagine any scenario where they can't do this. So yeah. I'm laying the 6.5. You're picking the money line. Here's my
I'm laying. I know we're both 6.5. That's my lock too.
Oh, you're doing that? Okay,
no, we're both 6.5. I am minus 6.5, minus 120. Yeah, the Chiefs got problems, but 6.5. What's your second pick?
The Green Bay Packers, riding off of an exciting, exhilarating Sunday night football game.
37 seconds, too much time, baby.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome. Can you imagine being like a San Francisco 49ers fan thinking, hey, we just scored. There's 28 seconds left.
That's happened to me so many times in my life, Will, that
Hey, I'm right there too. I've had some horrible, bone-crushing, debilitating losses, soul-sucking, all of it, all of the adjectives, all of it.
Yep.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers, a lot of people are saying that Big Ben needs to retire. There's been some hilarious photos of him tripping on himself, throwing picks. Some of his receivers are hurt. And I think Tyler Boyd for the Cincinnati Bengals, who's a wide receiver, said that when they played the Steelers, who they lost to last week, to the Bengals, that they gave up. I would have never pictured that or heard or try to imagine that quote coming from a player playing the Steelers that's coached by Mike Tomlin. With that said, they're traveling to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field. Why would you not lay the 6.5 again? That's the same spread for the Packers. I'm taking that. That's my second NFL pick. I really don't expect the Steelers to be any sort of competitive at all. Maybe first half, but no, give me the 6.5.
Okay, I love that pick out of you. Steelers, not a good football team. It's been a long time coming. They deserve to be bad for a little while. They're going to get beat up on all year long. Big Ben, honestly, it's a hard situation because even people in Pittsburgh think he should be benched. But what's Tomlin going to do? We'll figure that out. Like that pick a lot. My third pick. I'm pretty confident with this. New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. Saints are 7.5 point favorites. The Giants are a terrible football team. Terrible. I live next to Giants fans. I have to listen to it all the time. T-Strat, I'm sorry. Drew, I'm sorry. I'm about to holler for a second. Saints are going to start picking it up here. I love Jameis in this offense. I love the way that he can get the ball downfield. I love the way he facilitates it. I'm excited, and I hope a healthy can't guard Mike comes back somewhat soon. Alvin Kamara is starting to pick it up a little bit too. Defensively, though, Marshawn Lattimore is graded as the best corner in the league right now, and Danny Dimes is going to be in some trouble this weekend. Big trouble. New Orleans Saints -7.5.
I don't trust this game. And the hilarious stat that I saw, Derek Carr, 1,206 passing yards, 6 TDs. Jameis Winston, our king, 387 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's baller status. I would still stay away from that. It's a very sketchy line for me. But as I mentioned, adversity betting. We take it all in.
Adversity.
Okay. My next pick, I'm going to stick with the NFC West just because I don't know if I've been so immersed in Arizona Cardinals coverage and football here. I want to stay away from the Rams Cardinals because I need a couple more hours and maybe another day or so and checking the injury report and other headlines. I don't feel good about this game yet, although I am going to get action. That'll stay later, so check my Twitter. Let's go to the other two teams. So divisional play is beginning. We're going to have the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Great game.
Russell Wilson, 1-2 right now. They lost 2 weeks ago to the Titans, in which they should have won. They were leading at home. And then they lost last week as well. It's hard for me similar to Mahomes, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where Russell Wilson's going to lose 3 in a row. I understand that Pete Carroll seems to be outdated. It seems to be like their relationship, Wilson and Carroll, has run its course. The defense is nowhere near what it used to be. It's actually pretty bad. And you would think since they signed Adams, it would be better. That's not the case. Tyler Lockett got hurt last week. With all that being said, though, they are 2.5 point underdogs going against the 49ers team, who just had a soul-crushing loss to the Packers, who it also is in a tailspin as well. It's both a must-win game. Let Russ cook. Remember that video of him saying that? And then the other video that we made fun of during the pandemic with him and Ciara in bed. Yes, that one.
I
like Russell Wilson. He generates a lot of cringeworthy headlines, but the guy wins. And I'm actually a huge fan of that. And he's helped me in fantasy and in betting. I'm taking that Seattle Seahawks as 2.5 point dogs.
Love it. Guys, don't forget to give us a follow. Watch out for the picks. We'll be tweeting out coverage. We'll have a graphic up on the Instagram as well for you guys and on Twitter. Don't forget to just follow wotmdaily at Will Galvez, at Arendelle _ at JP25 Media. Will, listen, let's stay on this. We got some good picks for you guys. I'm excited for a good weekend of football.
Adversity betting. Let's